Hi there, I'm Suzanne Roth-Paul, a certified Primal health coach, and I welcome you to this product review on this wearable wellness technology called the X39 stem cell activating patch from a company called LifeWave. Now, this unique product is best known for its age reversing qualities that was developed by the inventor David Schmidt in early 2020. But this patch technology is not new for LifeWave, as the company is actually celebrating its 20th anniversary this year and has many other patches, as you'll soon learn, that do so much more than just age reversing. Now, I'm also the author of the Poisons in Your Pantry ebook, and for the past 15 years, I've been educating and inspiring others to get the toxins out of their bodies by adopting a healthier lifestyle. Now, we simply have to be mindful about what we put in and on our bodies in order to live our best lives, no matter what our age. And that's why I love using these these incredible patches, because they are so safe and harmless while supporting our bodies holistically. And I'll be sharing briefly here one of the other patches here in this personal testimonial that I want to share now before my PowerPoint, because you'll be astounded what all of LifeWave's patches can do for you, from better sleep to even anxiety relief. So I wanted to tell how I do enjoy eating out at restaurants, even though I have several food sensitivities, but sometimes I forget to ask if it's safe for me to eat when ordering gluten-free foods. Now, last week, um, oops, sorry, got a little distracted here with the slide. So last week I'd eaten out and I got gluten poisoning and had terrible symptoms. Now you'll see some of these foods that just came up were part of the issue I'm going to be talking about, because the staff didn't inform me that there was cross-contamination. Now I forgot what gluten poisoning felt like because I hadn't had it so long since I'd had this experience, feeling so agitated, mad, and sad, and just emotionally off. And it was days after before I realized what the cause was from. Now, the tragic thing is that countless people feel emotionally drained every day and have no idea why. And they simply don't factor in that it could be caused by the foods they're eating. And why I'm so fortunate to be part of LifeWave's team in motion, with Nikki Chan as our very knowledgeable team lead, who advised me how best to patch last week before my live Thursday's call, because I felt so awful, which, by the way, had me feeling, well, after I patched, in which I'll be showing you, had me feeling so much better in less than 10 minutes. Now, that's how fast these patches can work. So now I want to show you how I patched to relieve the anxiety that I had with our energy enhancer patches alongside the X39 patch, which I wear daily. Now, this is the energy enhancer patch, and it comes in a sleeve like this. And these are the two patches that this dynamic duo is really good at balancing the energy in our bodies. Now, like toxic foods that I mentioned, and you saw a picture of, like wheat, that throw your balance off. Now, this is a fact, not an opinion. So go Google the harm of wheat and gluten in your body. Now, the symptoms just manifest in different ways for all of us. Now, maybe you've heard of the yin and yang energy concept, that to have peace and equilibrium in our life, we must have a balanced body. Well, I'm going to show you where I place these and how this helped balance my energy from this, going from anxiety to calm. So the patches have an adhesive back, and this particular location here on my chest and right below my clavicle bone is a key meridian point for our lungs. Now, I don't have time to go into the reason why, but just know that that's why they're patched here. And it's one of the protocols that I used. And then also we patched on the arm, and on this part of the arm, and on the wrist area. Again, key lung points that help with energy flow for agitation, which is what I was experiencing. So, and then I have two more important tips that I want to mention. And the first is, these meridians I just placed here are actually acupuncture points. And that to treat these symptoms. And so just like I did here, I was able to do this in the comfort of my own home without needles or pain and the cost that goes along with having to see a specialist like an acupuncturist. So now you can see why you need to have these powerful patches in your toolkit at home so you can patch yourself. And then the second thing is, I want to show that image again about these toxic foods, that gluten is in all wheat products, and just about everything on this image has gluten in it. And you'll see why it's one of the top 6 poisons in my poisons in your pantry to remove, because it harms your gut lining, and why my stomach was also a wreck and is behind so much of the pain and chronic issues so many are suffering from today. Now, worst of all, gluten blocks the feel-good emotions in your brain, and why I was so sad and mad at the same time. Now, that's a key health tip here. When you indulge in all of these products that you see here on the screen, they're full of wheat. And I want you to pay particular attention to your cravings and hunger for more simple carbs and sugar when you eat foods like this, because it's really affecting not only your gut health, but your brain health. And it's so important to get these foods out of your diet. Basically, I tell all of my clients and anybody who will listen to me, stop eating these foods, especially those harmful energy drinks. So anything, well, sodas especially, we know a lot, but people are still consuming them, and they're leading to Alzheimer's. They're leading to dementia. All these foods are a direct result of brain damage. So please keep this in mind. Okay, so now I have a question for you. Have you been patched yet? Well, if you haven't, you should be now, based on the information I just shared. But what I want to say, for 3 years now, I have been patching and with LifeWave. And again, as you just witnessed, the results are pretty incredible. For me, it's been skin health, gut health, brain health, and particularly chronic pain, which I'll share more about as we carry on here. So if you wear these patches, you will elevate, activate, and regenerate your own stem cells. Now, you're going to experience a level of health and vitality that you have not experienced since you were in your youth. So imagine having no pain, sleeping through the night, and having more energy while you're reversing your age. And then here's a quick image of a woman patched on the back of her neck. And that's where I have an X39 on right now, and why I didn't add one, because I wear one every day. And that's just another key meridian point for inflammation, for circulation, and for just prevention of viruses getting into your body. That's the top of your spine, and that's your highway. Your spine is your highway, where when we get viruses or bacteria or anything in our head, our eyes, ears, nose, or mouth, it travels through our brain, our head area, and gets into our spine, and that's how we end up carrying the bugs throughout our body. Okay, so now I'd like to ask if you know that stem cell activity declines with age, because the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Now, hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging every day. And I want to emphasize, it's not old age that's causing this, it's old toxins. And we talked about food already. I've shared with you what food has done to me. You have to pay attention to your cells being bombarded with these toxins, which causes them to decline. So here's a quote from David Schmidt: "As we age, the stem cells in our bodies become less and less effective. By age 60, the stem cells in our body show very little activity, becoming slower and slower, releasing less of the growth factors that are needed to repair your body. By the time we are in our mid-70s, we are showing almost no stem cell activity at all. And this is why older people have a difficult time in healing from injury." And, I guess I'm an older person because I'm 60 now, but I had a terrible skin rash. I've talked about it here many times on my live calls, and my stem cells were definitely not working very well until I started using the patches. And in no time, it cleared my skin up. And I get so many rave reviews about how healthy my skin looks today. And it's quite shocking when just, 3 years prior to 3 years ago, when I started with the patches, I was having terrible health skin conditions. Okay, so quick LifeWave disclaimer about what we can claim or can't claim these products do. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. So remember, these are just assisting your body to make its own, to activate its own stem cells. So it's just telling your body, it's a messenger telling your body what to do to start healing. So next we want to talk about phototherapy and how the patches use this technology. So basically light therapy is called photobiomodulation. Now LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. When applied or near the body, they are activated by your body heat. They then begin to emit very specific wavelengths of light, which stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in the body. Photobiomodulation is a basis for our LifeWave phototherapy patches and technology. So by having these patches on like I have right here, this is just a messenger, again, with my own body heat and with the light and energy of my body transmitting into my cellular structure to tell it to start becoming active and getting to work healing my emotional health at the moment, or just aches or pains, whatever the need is. Okay, so now we want to talk about how X39 works. Now, I mentioned just now that there's tiny organic nanocrystals in the product, but what's really powerful is this peptide that these stem cell patches activate called the GHKCU. And this is literally the holy grail of age reversing. And David has tapped into it with these patches. Now, again, in 2020, so this is a relatively new product for LifeWave, but it has been catapulting the business beyond comprehension because people are having such amazing results. Now, it's been clinically proven to enhance overall health and vitality. Now, here is a National Institute of Health, which is a website that you can peruse. It tells all the benefits of this holy grail of age reversing, this copper peptide. And two of the things I want to mention here, there's a lot of fabulous things that this product, that the peptide does. But I talked about my gut lining being an issue, or my gut having problems when I ate gluten. Well, one of the things that this patch can do is repair your liver and stomach lining. And that's what it has been so powerful for me, because I do have various food sensitivities and my stomach was always giving me trouble. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the things that you need to have, is a healthy gut in order to have a healthy brain and healthy skin and healthy attitude about things and healthy organs. So it's pretty amazing all the things that this product can do for your body. Okay, so now who is the man behind this amazing product? Well, here's David Schmidt in action. He considers himself an inventor first, but he is our founder and CEO. He has over 130 US patents. He's a scientist and an inventor, and he's a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame, which is a pretty big deal. And obviously, he's got a lot of other accolades and is very well respected in the industry, which is really important for so many of us that are professionals, whether we're health coaches, doctors, any sort of specialist. We really appreciate that David has the science and technology behind him. He's got the patents, the science, and everything that is, qualifying him and his product to do what it says it does. Okay, so how did LifeWave first begin? Well, the original idea came from his work developing survival equipment. He was trying to create ways to help Navy SEAL crew members of a mini sub stay awake for 30 hours without the need for drugs. So he started looking into natural ways to increase energy in the body, and that investigation turned into 3 years of research, which culminated into the first LifeWave prototype, the energy enhancer patches, which is what I just demonstrated. So these energy enhancer patches are pretty powerful, in not only for what they do for my emotional health and for my energy. They actually are what launched LifeWave back in 2004. So this gentleman here, Richard Quick, is a 6-time United States Olympic swim coach. And he basically was able to get this product at the very early stages when David had developed it on his swim team at Stanford University. And this is what propelled LifeWave into the national media spotlight, because people were seeing these Olympians and these swimmers were seen wearing these patches. And as a result, over 1,000 people came forward to become LifeWave brand partners. And this happened in 2004. As I said, it's a 20-year-old company, and these patches have been working effectively for this long. And then when the X39 was developed, it's helping to propel them into a more powerful patch because they're activating this GHK-Cu copper peptide I'd mentioned. So what is the science behind the X39? Now, I mentioned that, the product has been proven to do what it says, and this is just a patent saying that it actually does, when worn, activate your copper peptide. It has many research and clinical studies, independent researchers and universities, as well as medical and scientific experts support and back this product and have seen the value of it. Now, there's a scalp topography map here on the bottom left of a 77-year-old woman who used these patches on her brain so that David could prove that this patch actually does what it says it does. And you can see here on the left, there's a lot of red and yellow indicative of inflammation in the brain. And that was before she started on the patch. And then by after 3 weeks, and then after 6 weeks, you can see that her brain had calmed down considerably. A lot of the inflammation was gone. And probably cognition was better as well, because we all experience a level of clarity and focus by wearing the X39 patch. Okay, so next we're going to talk a minute about the benefits of the X39 technology. Now, of course, I've already shared quite a bit on what I've experienced, but the thing that is probably the most impactful with my clients is rapid pain relief, and including myself. I'm considered the queen of pain, or I used to be, and my husband laughs at the amount of patches I put on, so my nickname is Patches these days. But pain relief is a big one for me because I exercise pretty hard and long, and I do get myself a little out of whack. So there are times that I am needing to patch, and I can go about my day and continue exercising. It's pretty amazing. Also, these patches reduce inflammation, which is huge for chronic health issues. And we're only as well as our immune system. And when your immune system is out of whack, it means you're full of inflammation. And those foods and those toxins that I mentioned and showed that picture of, all those processed foods, are full of inflammation causing issues. Now, it also supports, this patch also supports wound healing. Oh my goodness, go back and listen to some of my past lives. I talk about some amazing stories of injuries and how they've repaired quickly. And again, another level of energy and vitality, which is what is so wonderful about this patch is so many of us that wear them, we get talked about all the time about why do we look so youthful? How come we have so much energy? And it's simply because of using these patches. The level of mental clarity, this is one of my favorites because I do suffer from mood issues and anxiety. And you saw what happened when I eat the wrong foods, and this happens to you as well. You just don't realize it until you can figure out some of these foods that are bad for you. So mental health issues it's amazing for helping calm the nervous system. Enhanced sports performance, you saw that with Richard Quick. And then faster recovery from exercise, which I make sure my husband and my son wear these for that reason. And then, of course, improved skin appearances because of as we age, we start to wrinkle, our fit skin starts to sag. We have all these different conditions. And I just want to mention quickly that David Schmidt has just created a new skin cream. We do have a skin cream. We do have a skincare line, but there's a new specific skin cream for wrinkles and reducing swelling and different conditions on our skin that has the copper peptide in it. So we are all beyond excited, and I'm slathering it all over my face every night. Okay, so that's the benefits of the technology on the outside of your body. Now we want to talk about what to expect on the inside of your body when you're wearing this patch. Now, within the first few days, you can set over 4,000 genes. And this is really important because your genes are what tell your body how to perform and how to perform every day. So you're resetting these genes to something new and more healthy just by wearing this patch. Now, within the 6 weeks, your brain becomes more balanced, as we showed in the topography map of this 77-year-old woman. And so there's decreased symptoms of PTSD, which is so important today with so much trauma that we're all experiencing, anxiety and depression. And then when 3 months, your collagen is increased, like decreasing wrinkles, as we talked about. Hair growth increases. We've got a lot of folks that have long haul syndrome that are wearing these patches for hair loss. And my hair has never been healthier and longer. I haven't worn my hair this long since I was a kid. Now, it also increases structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. And within 6 months, it has an amazing heart reverses in age. So, in recent studies, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just using 6 months on the X39. Now, I have a 99-year-old father that some of you have heard about before, but he's going to be 100 in April. And when he started wearing these patches in at the age of 97, which was 3 years ago, the same time I started on them, he was in pretty frail, bad shape. And we were very worried we were going to lose him very soon, as were the doctors. Well, I can tell you, 3 years later, he's much healthier than he was at 97. So it's pretty impressive to see that in an elderly man. So it just shows it's never too late to get started on age reversal. Okay, and David says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And that's what I love about using my dad as an example, because it really has been for him. Okay, so what I wanted to close with is to say that I really appreciate you staying with me here to the very end. And I hope that you learn the value of these patches, and it goes well beyond just that, they go just well beyond age reversing, and why you need to try these for yourself and those that you love. So please reach out to whoever invited you here to learn more about this technology and how to get started with the X39 patch. My team also has a wonderful website to peruse called yourteaminmotion.com that is full of information about LifeWeb's many patents and all the science and products that you'd like to learn more about. Now, if you've come across this video and I am your source to reach out to, you can find me on my website at old website, my new website, secretstoradianthealth.com. And it's also where you can get my free guide on the #1 poison to remove from your diet. And it's not wheat, but wheat's up there. And for right now, you can upgrade to this valuable ebook for half off when you get the guide. But last, but certainly not least, please remember you are what you eat, and what you put on and in your body affects your gut and your brain. So read labels, minimize processed foods or get them out altogether, and learn to read ingredients. Not all processed foods are bad, but you got to know why the ones that you're eating could be. And learn how you can receive $300 worth of bonuses for trying the X39 patch. Bye for now.